All right, hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Tuesday morning as I begin this, and what am I doing today? Well, I've been doing a little bit of research on this area where flip number 4 is at. I'm going to share about that in just a minute, and I'm looking for exercise equipment. Did my workout first thing this morning, feeling pretty pumped up about that. Interesting thing to mention about the workout. I don't know if I'm getting too big already, being week number 5. But when I'm in the vehicle and I'm trying to put my seatbelt on, oh God, I gotta literally turn around because my chest is so inflated right now. Joe, your head is blowing up from this workout. No, it's not. It's my chest. That thing is really getting big, but no more about that. Anyways, I'm looking for an exercise bike first thing this morning. I was also looking to try to get a haircut today. I don't know why it seems haircuts are so hard to come by, especially at the better barber shops. Well, I guess I just answered my own question right there. If it's a better barber shop, you're gonna know so, because it's gonna be hard to get a haircut there because they're always gonna be busy. Anyway, enough about that. Hey, I want to share with you guys some things that I'm trying to learn about, and maybe some things that I can learn y'all to as well. The topic is flipping a house in an area that you really don't know so much about. Now, granted, I used to live in the city many moons ago where flip number 4 is located at, and it's a not so great city. In fact, it's got a nickname, Bad News. But how do you learn about a city, get familiar with a city that you don't know anything about in relation to the real estate market? You're buying a house out there, after all, with hopes to be able to flip that house. You better learn, and you better learn quick. Well, one thing that I'm doing is I'm checking out the crime map. Again, with a nickname like Bad News, it might be a good idea to familiarize yourself with crime taking place in that area, and also in proximity to where your house is at. So right here, I share with you guys this screenshot. This is a current crime map of this area, and my God, look at all those things right there. A lot of car thefts, a lot of thefts. Those money bags right there, those are thefts. Those blue little house things, those are residential burglaries. And those black M's, well, you know, those represent murders. The red fist, those represent assaults. So you see all these crimes, and this is only from January of this year up until current date right now. And that's a lot of crime. Ironically, the worst part of this area, downtown Bad News, pretty close to where flip number 4 is located at. If you look at it, it's right here on the map, and there ain't a damn thing that's taking place right there in that general area. Isn't that the craziest damn thing? They've got like one theft and one car theft. That's pretty crazy, right? Now, where flip 4 is located at, I don't want to dox myself, but it's literally in that general area right there where there's nothing that has been taking place. So that's a good sign right there. Thank God for that. We should be having flip 4 by the end of this week. So probably next week we're going to be starting on flip 4. That is, if we get it this week, or, you know, by the end of the week. We'll be starting on flip number 4, and it's my hope to haul ass through this house because it doesn't need a damn thing, and get this thing right back on the market. 45 days is, I think, plenty of time to turn this house around. If it takes anything longer than that, well, that's gonna suck, just to be honest with you. So another thing, area that you're not familiar with, at least in terms of the real estate market, look at the crime map. That's a good thing. Now also, you wanna see what houses are selling for in that area. Flip number 4 is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. That's a great layout for a house. It was built in the early 2000s, so it's a relatively newer house. The problem with it, though, is it's only 1,000 square feet, 1,088 square feet. It's a smaller house. So because of that, you know, we're only going to be able to see a certain price point. So when I'm looking for comparables right this second, I see a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house that's listed for $224,900, I think. They want like $225,000 for this house. But this house is 1,200 square feet. It's a whole 200 square feet bigger than flip number 4 is. So I know we probably can't go any higher than $225,000. And we gotta be lower than that to, you know, at least appraise, or hopefully appraise. So my thinking on this is, okay, well, if there's a 1,200 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house that's listed for $225, and hopefully it sells for that, hopefully it even sells for more than that, well, then when we get done with flip 4, I'm gonna list this house for $220. Might even list it for $225, to be honest with you. The house that's listed for $225, it's a recently renovated house. It was renovated in 2020. Flip 4 is gonna be a total brand new renovation, or at least on paper, it will be. Another thing that I wanna share with you guys. We're very lucky going into Flip 4 for the fact that it's a newer built home. Everything is pretty much up to where it needs to be. HVAC, plumbing, electrical. There's a couple of things that we need to do with like the bathrooms, the kitchen to get that upgraded, but nothing really. The way that Flip 4 is listed, there's no pictures of the inside of this home, and it's also listed as a fixer-upper. When you guys have seen the inside of this house, it's not bad at all. What I've referred to as the lipstick flip here. Basically just putting lipstick on this thing and turning right around and selling it. And you know, when you hear putting lipstick on something, you would imagine like putting a Band-Aid on something and putting lipstick over it, like covering something up. Well, there's nothing to cover up here. We're just dressing this money up. But the reality is, this house is already nice enough. It's not going to take much to make this thing look like it's a totally renovated house. So that's a plus that we've got going for us. I'm getting Flip 4 for $150. It's my hope to only put $15,000 into it. We're into it for $165, maybe $170 total. And I want to turn around and sell this thing for $220. That's $50,000 minus closing costs. I should walk away from this thing with about $30,000. That's being hopeful and optimistic as well. But anything, you know, could happen, and God forbid anything does happen. This area also seems to take a little bit longer to sell. So, you know, I'm not anticipating that on day one we've got multiple offers. You never know though. The housing market is so tight right now and inventory is so low, it could happen. If you want to familiarize yourself with an area that you know nothing about, look at comparables. That's the number one thing. Look at comparables for renovated houses as well. Don't worry about a house that, there's plenty of 3.2s, 4.2s that are listed for $90,000 in this city, just like you could find anywhere else, but these are like fixer-uppers. These are houses that need everything. The comparable is going to be the closest thing that you can find to what you actually have. And like I said, there's a 3.2, 1,200 square feet that's listed for $225 right now, renovated in 2020. That's the closest thing that I can find. Yeah, and also look at the crime map. That's a good thing to start with as well. And I'm happy to realize that around where Flip 4 is, doesn't seem to be a whole lot of riffraff. So good deal there. All right, anyways, Tuesday morning as I begin this, what's on the agenda? Not a whole hell of a lot. I really don't know what the hell I'm doing today. I'm probably going to be doing some more studying for this Contractors exam. I'm probably going to take a practice test as well. And see what else happens today. I want to thank you guys for rocking with me over here on Joe Does Stuff. I've been appreciating each and every one of you guys for rocking with me. I know there's been some comments, especially after the last video where I'm back driving the Dodge. Old Blue is back in action. That's the work truck. And then I've got this F-250 Super Duty as my leisure vehicle. People said, you know, that's kind of asinine, ass backwards, but it's my dream truck, you know? It's literally the boss man whip. When you see that truck pulling up, what you thinking? That's the boss man right there. And I like that. So I respect your opinions nonetheless. Yeah, it's definitely a work truck also. And who knows, maybe later on down the line, it will be a work truck. If I ever make it to a point where that Ford can become my work truck, folks, I'm doing really well. But I'm not there yet. Every day I'm striving though. And I'm hoping to encourage each and every one of you guys to do the same. To reach the dreams and aspirations that each of you have for yourselves as well. Anyways, little Monday morning motivation on a Tuesday morning, and yeah, let's see what today has in store for us. So I'll share more in a little bit. All right, what time is it? 11 o'clock in the morning. I filmed a video for After Prison Show. My running thought with that is I'm not done yet. And I sort of feel like Tom Brady. I don't know how to let go. Old Brady's coming back. But anyways, folks. We're getting ready to take another practice test. This is going to be for the Virginia AB General Knowledge. So I did the Virginia test and I got a 70 on it. Now I'm about to do the general knowledge. And this joint, I guarantee, is about to be tough. Let's see how good Joe really is. All right. These things are $20 a test too, by the way. So, you know, I'm definitely investing in my future, I feel like. And let's get ready to get into this thing. So for the general test, I had to download this pamphlet. And it's literally like blueprints, blueprints to a house. So yeah, there's that. I think that this will still be a part of it. I think that maybe this will be needed as well. And then I've got this, the 2015 Builders Code, the Virginia Construction Code. So we'll see. We'll see. And then again, that pamphlet that I downloaded. So the crazy damn thing is, when you take these tests, they're timed. When I took the first test, oh, I know that joint took me like an hour to do it. Start the practice test. Here we go. You are about to enter the online practice test for Virginia Contractors Class A or B practice exam. General instructions. Answer each question carefully, since you will not be able to review or change your answers once you've submitted them. In this assessment, you may encounter question types, multiple choice. Here we go. 50 questions. Holy shit. What does a comprehensive general liability insurance policy protect a company against? Oh God, that sounds complicated. What does a comprehensive general liability insurance policy protect a company against? An accident at the job site that damages the neighbor's house. Sounds like it could be that. The loss of the company's business property by fire is definitely not that. An accident in the company truck could be that. Poor workmanship at the job site. Comprehensive general liability. It's not going to be 4. It's not going to be 2. It's either going to be an accident on the job site that damages the neighbor's house, or an accident in the company truck. Where would I even find that information? Like insurance? Is there? Oh, I got it right here. Bing. All right. Risk management benefits, insurance. So we go to the section for insurance. Type of insurance. Commercial general liability. All right. Finding the right insurance agent, coverage requirement. Property insurance. Commercial general liability, umbrella liability, other types of liability insurance. I don't even know what comprehensive is. All right, so I don't want to bore you guys with these details. I'm going to take this test and I'll share with you guys when I get done. All right, it is 1:16 in the afternoon. And I've been doing this test, this 50 question test now for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Non-stop, just sitting right here doing this test. That is definitely way too long. So I'm getting ready to submit my answers right now, or submit my test right now. Let's see how many of these motherfuckers I got wrong, because I'm going to tell you right now, there were some that I just couldn't even find even a smidgen of information on with the books that I had. The booklet that they want you to download is for the advanced test, which I'm not taking. Let's submit right now. Out of 50 questions, how many do you think I got right? I'm gonna say I got 40 right. Submit right now. Oh yeah, you gotta type yes to finish. I'm gonna say 40. 40 out of 50. Oh, I thought I got 50 out of 50. Damn, I got 30 right. Oh man, that sucks. I missed 20 questions. I got a 60. I'm pretty sure you can't pass with a 60. Check your answers. Let's see which ones I got wrong. The topic area is business organization. Which of the following statements is true about a sole proprietorship? I answered that the business is not subject to federal income tax because it gets reported on your taxes, right? The business or any part of it can be sold, altered, or exchanged at will. That's the right answer. Oh, and real quick, out of that section right there, there were only 2 questions and I only got 1 right. So this thing is wild the way they break this shit down into these different sections. So the next section is estimating and bidding. The total topic score is a 10. I got a 5. So that means I got 5 wrong. Estimating and bidding, you know, that's my weak spot. What must be included in an estimate for a job? I answered materials, labor, and equipment cost only. The correct answer was material, labors, equipment, and overhead cost. That is what must be included in an estimate for a job. I got that one wrong. Cost that relate to construction activity but are not easily identifiable for a specific project are considered. I answered company overhead. The correct answer was project overhead. A contractor should do all of the following when estimating a project except, I put place a dollar amount on it, which is crazy because I literally just read that shit. Man, I'm about to show you this. This is the shit that make me mad, man, because they got this shit just so stupid. So the question was, a contractor should do all of the following when estimating a project except, my answer was put a dollar amount on it. Now watch this. I go back to estimates. And then there's a section that's called estimating pitfalls. So I go to estimating pitfalls and literally, this is what the fuck it says. Preliminary estimates. Your customers may be eager to determine what the project will cost and will ask you for an estimate on the spot. Quoting a price before you've had a chance to make accurate calculations is a risky practice. So I'm like, put a dollar amount on it. Like, you should do all of the following when estimating a project except put a dollar amount on it. You know what the fucking correct answer is? Anticipate ideal conditions. Like, who writes this? Or assume ideal conditions. Man, that's crazy right there. A reason for using a lower than usual profit markup for a specific project could be to, my answer was bid on a job with abnormal risk. So let me show you this shit. A reason for using a lower than usual profit markup for a specific project could be to bid on a job with abnormal risk. Abnormal could mean not so much of a risk, right? Contingency markups are generally based on the risk level of a project. For example, a low risk level project might have a 2% contingency markup, but a project that has more unknown factors would have a higher markup. My answer, to bid on a job with abnormal risks. But the correct answer was to cover company overhead cost. A reason for using a lower than usual profit markup for a specific project could be to cover company overhead cost? What the fuck? That don't even make any sense to me. Here was one that I couldn't find the answer for. It says equipment needs for a project are best estimated by, and in my book it talks about buying equipment versus renting equipment. The only answer that I could find that seemed the best of the lot was averaging the annual equipment cost for all projects. I just guessed on that one because I looked, I couldn't find anything. But this one does make a lot more sense to me now, seeing the correct answer, calculating the number of hours or days it is needed. That seems pretty cut and dry right there. But again, this test and this book and all this studying, and they let you do the open book. It's all a mind fuck. So I kind of just threw myself for a loop right there. The next section is contract management. You could get a 10 out of this. I got a 7 out of this. Only missed 3 questions. An owner hires a construction manager for a project. Which of the following is true in regards to subcontractor? I said the subcontractors contract with the construction manager. I didn't find a lot of good information on this one. The correct answer is the subcontractors are prime contractors. I couldn't even find anything about a prime contractor, and there would be another question about prime contractors. So, an owner hires a construction manager for a project. Which of the following is true with regard to subcontractors? The subcontractors are prime contractors. Makes sense now that I'm saying it. An agreement that calls for a contractor to be paid actual cost for labor and materials plus a fixed fee for the contractor's overhead and profit is called. And again, this was another one I couldn't find anything about this. I figured it had to either be a fixed fee contract or a cost plus contract. And I put fixed fee. That was wrong. It was cost plus. Son of a bitch. A contract refers to an insurance agreement that a contractor is required to have. This is considered, this one fucked me all up right here. I put a bond. Now, I know that a contractor is required to have insurance. But this says a contract refers to an insurance agreement that a contractor is required to have. Let me go to bonds real quick, okay? This is how confusing all this shit is. There's a million different insurances that a contractor can carry. But then they have bonds and types of bonds. And you've got a performance bond. Guarantees that a contractor will complete a contract within its time frame and conditions. A payment bond guarantees the subcontractors and suppliers that they will be paid for their work. A maintenance bond guarantees the work. A completion bond guarantees that the work will be done. A fidelity bond, a lien bond, a subcontractor's bond. All of these bonds. So when you write a question that says a contract refers to an insurance agreement that a contractor is required to have, I'm thinking you might be talking about a specific type of a bond. No shit. My answer is wrong, and the correct answer is that's just part of the contract. Man. Next section, project management. You could get a 7 on this. I got a 5. You know, Joe the boss man. I might not know how to bid a job, but Joe could be a boss though. An important factor in ensuring that a schedule is followed is to... I don't know. I was confused on this one. I said to keep it unchanged throughout the project. If you want to ensure that the schedule is followed, keep it unchanged. You come to work at a certain time, you take lunch at a certain time, you get off at a certain time. This dick-eating motherfucking answer is make sure the superintendent agrees with it. Okay. Which of the following is considered ethical behavior? You confused me with that one too, because it sounded so good saying adjusting your standards of conduct based on the facts of a situation. That shit just sounds right, considering that ethical behavior. But the correct answer is failing to disclose one subcontractor's bid to another one. Yeah, okay. So I got those 2 wrong in that section. Risk management, I got 3 out of 3. Safety, I got 2 out of 5. Son of a bitch. Medical records of work-related injuries to long-term employees must be kept for a minimum of what duration after the employee leaves employment? I put 5 years. The correct answer was 30 years. What type of materials at a construction site may be considered hazardous waste? I put unopened cans of oil. Oil is hazardous waste, is it not? The correct answer was cleaning supplies. What the fuck? Okay, here's another one. I had no idea. Okay, because I couldn't find any information on this one. So this really ain't my fault. I looked the book cover to cover, could not find this. Approximately how many materials are currently on the EPA hazardous materials list? I put 300. Correct answer was 500. Completely guessed on that one. Labor laws. I got 2 out of 3 right on this one. Of course, I wouldn't know shit about this. At least how often must an employer report information on the number of employees and the number of new hires in order to meet the requirements of the Child Support Enforcement Act? I put every month. The correct answer is every 2 months. And let me read to you where I got my answer from. New hire reporting, right fucking here in this book. You are required to report all new, rehired, recalled, and temporary employees to the Virginia New Hire Reporting Program no later than 20 days from the date of, that's to that. But then it goes right on to talk about, I could have swore I saw something here about child support. I guess I didn't. Oh well, I was wrong on that one. My answer was every month because I read every 20 days. So I figured every month had to be right. It's every 2 months. You got to report to the Maury Povich people every 2 months. Oh well. Financial management. You know I suck at this. I got a 2 out of 5. Which of the following is considered a source document in an accounting system? I put payroll journal. The correct answer is time cards. We go to financials right here. We go to bookkeeping. Which of the following is considered a source document in an accounting system? Motherfucker, read this shit right here. They even got it highlighted in the book. It says, a source document is the proof that a transaction took place. Examples of a source document include, what did I put? Payroll journal? Payroll journal, right there under source documents. Oh, you know what? I was wrong. That's under daily transactions are recorded in a set of books called journals. Typical journals that companies keep include payroll journals. But if I looked under source documents, time cards was the final one. I missed that. That's on me right there. A company's net worth is equal to its net income was the answer that I put. I thought that it could be assets. Turns out both of those were wrong. It was owner's equity. So a company's net worth is equal to the owner's equity. How much is the owner worth? Where does the information for a company's financial statement come from? I said accounts payable and accounts receivable. That was money coming in and money going out. Where does a company's financial statement come from? Money coming in, money going out, accounts payable and receivable. It turns out it was a summary of accounts in the general ledger. I'm trying to tell y'all folks, I'm starting to get a little headache. This joint was 2 hours that I took this test and I didn't get but a 60. Failed. I know I failed this. Federal and state taxes. I got 2 out of 4 on this. An employer who withholds more than $1,000 per month from employees for state taxes must pay those taxes at least. I put weekly. The correct answer is 2 times per week. Yeah. And then an employer can request to receive advance earned income credit on form. I put W-2. It's on a W-5. I don't know shit about the taxes. And then the final one was lien laws. And I got that one right. There was only one question and I got that one right. So those were the 20 questions that I missed, folks. Damn, I was at least thinking I was going to get 40 out of 50 right. My dumb ass got 30 out of 50. So here's the deal. I'm gonna take the practice test one more time tomorrow. I'm gonna study all of that I got wrong and make sure I got those interesting answers photographed in my memory. And then tomorrow's Wednesday, Thursday, what do you say? I'm gonna go take the damn test. I'm gonna set it up right now, as a matter of fact. Let's go ahead and schedule it. Fuck it. What's the worst that could happen? Right? As soon as I can take a test is the end of the month. I can either do it on the 30th or I can do it on the 1st. It was crazy because I just looked at it over the weekend and I could take it like any time this week. But maybe I missed that bus. Oh well. Looks like I'll be taking this test by the end of the month or by the 1st of April, I got to take it by the end of the month. I got to see this thing through. So I'm going to take the practice test again. Oh, shit. I don't know, tomorrow or something. I'm going to keep practicing for this thing. Now, what I remember is when I was going to the 8-hour class, they were telling me that these practice tests are full of a lot of shit that's really not even on the test. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just read the hell out of this book as much as I possibly can. I'm going to take another practice test, maybe. I don't know. I was going to do it tomorrow, but I probably ought to hold off on that. Them damn things are $20 a piece. I've already spent $40 plus $85 for testing, plus I think it was $600 for the class initially, plus I still got to do the specialty class, plus the specialty exam as well. So I'll just hold off. Keep reading and sign up for this damn test. Anyways, that's all I got for today, folks. I'm sorry I bored you to death with school. It's like I said, I spent 2 hours taking that test. I got some other things to do, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up for now. Hey, thanks for taking the time to rock with me on this thing. Let me know how much I don't know, because I know I don't know much with this. But I'm learning, though, and I'm going to look forward to talking with you guys again tomorrow. Take care, and I'll talk with you then.